Welcome to Pop Culture Icons. I'm your host, Maya Starr. Today on Pop Culture Icons, have you ever wondered what it truly costs to build an empire under the relentless gaze of the world? Today, we unravel the story of Kylie Jenner, from a child star grappling with identity to a mogul facing accusations that threaten to shatter everything she built, revealing a profound lesson about the strength we find in our most vulnerable imperfections. A single tear rolls down a perfectly contoured cheek, smudging the meticulously applied makeup. The camera never stops rolling. For Kylie Jenner, even vulnerability must be picture perfect. You've felt it too, haven't you? That crushing weight of others' expectations, the exhausting pursuit of an impossible standard. But what happens when the very image you've crafted becomes the cage that holds you captive? At 9 years old, Kylie Jenner stepped into a spotlight she never chose. While other children worried about playground politics, she navigated the unforgiving lens of reality television. Every awkward phase, every insecurity, broadcast to millions. You remember your own teenage struggles. Now imagine them playing out on international television, your most vulnerable moments preserved forever in high definition. The quiet one in a family of extroverts, Kylie found herself watching more than participating. In the cacophony of the Kardashian household, she became an observer, studying the interplay between image and reality. Her lips, which would later become the foundation of an empire, were then a source of deep insecurity. You know that feeling? The one thing you wish you could change about yourself, the feature that draws your eye every time you pass a mirror. But this wasn't just about makeup. It was about control. Every sweep of lipstick became an act of reclamation, each perfectly drawn line a boundary between her true self and the world's expectations. Think about your own masks, the ways you've learned to present yourself to the world. Are they shields or cages? At 14, collaborating with her sister Kendall on a clothing line offered her first taste of creative freedom. But sharing the spotlight wasn't enough. You recognize that hunger, don't you? That burning desire to create something uniquely yours, to prove your worth beyond the shadow of others' success. The birth of Kylie Cosmetics wasn't just a business venture. It was a revolution disguised as lip kits. The website crashed within minutes of launch, orders flooding in faster than servers could process them. But success at this scale comes with its own kind of pressure. Every product had to be perfect, every photo flawless, every post carefully curated. The world wasn't just watching anymore, it was waiting for her to fail. Behind the scenes, the pressure mounted. Endless meetings, constant decisions, the relentless pace of social media demanding more. You felt that tension too, haven't you? The fear that one wrong move could bring everything crashing down. For Kylie, that fear played out on a global stage, with millions of critics ready to pounce on any misstep. The numbers were staggering. Products selling out in seconds, revenue in the hundreds of millions. Forbes crowned her the youngest self-made billionaire, but that title came with a price. The word self-made sparked fierce debate. How much of her success was earned? How much was inherited privilege? These questions might feel familiar if you've ever had your achievements questioned, your hard work dismissed because of advantages you didn't choose. But empires built on perfection have glass foundations. The Forbes controversy was just the beginning. Questions arose about inflated figures and lack of transparency. The self-made billionaire title was revoked, and suddenly, the carefully constructed facade began to crack. You know how it feels when something you've built starts to crumble. The panic, the shame, the desperate need to hold it all together. words hit differently when you realize they come from someone who built an empire on beauty. Behind the perfect Instagram filters and flawless makeup tutorials, a young woman was drowning in expectations she helped create. If you're enjoying pop culture icons, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Fame Formula. Discover how unknowns like Elon, Taylor Swift, and Beyoncé became cultural phenomena. Now, back to the episode. The pressure became crushing, every post scrutinized, every appearance analyzed. The comment sections filled with speculation about plastic surgery, accusations of cultural appropriation, debates about her worth. The very tools she'd used to build her empire, social media, beauty standards, constant visibility, were becoming weapons turned against her. Think about the last time you felt truly seen. Not the carefully curated version of yourself, but the real you, with all your flaws and fears. For Kylie, that vulnerability wasn't an option. The brand demanded perfection. The audience expected it. The empire required it, but at what cost to the emperor? In front of millions, the mask began to slip. Tears smudged expensive mascara during filmed confessionals. The perfectly poised businesswoman showed cracks of exhaustion. The carefully constructed image started to reveal the human beneath. You've been there too, haven't you? That moment when maintaining the facade becomes more painful than letting it fall. But here's where the story shifts. In vulnerability, Kylie found an unexpected strength. The words carried the weight of hard-won wisdom. The same insecurities that once drove her to build walls of perfection became bridges to authenticity. Today, Kylie Jenner's true impact isn't measured in billions or lip kit sales. It's in the subtle shift toward authenticity in an industry built on artifice. It's in the growing understanding that perfection is a prison, and that real influence comes from being brave enough to be real. This isn't just Kylie's story. It's a mirror reflecting our own pursuit of perfection, the masks we wear, the standards we hold ourselves to. The fear that if people saw the real us, they'd turn away. But here's your challenge. What would happen if you stopped trying to be perfect and started trying to be real? Remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is let the world see your smudged mascara, your uncertain smile, your authentic self. Because in a world obsessed with filters and flawlessness, the most revolutionary act is being brave enough to be imperfect. The next time you find yourself reaching for a mask, remember the girl who built an empire on perfection, only to find her true power in embracing her flaws. What parts of yourself are you hiding? What strength might you find in letting them show? Because sometimes, the most courageous thing you can do is reveal the flaws beneath the filter, and in doing so, inspire others to do the same. That's not just a lesson from Kylie's story, it's your invitation to write your own. On the next episode of Pop Culture Icons. As Kylie Jenner's journey unfolds, we've witnessed her struggles with identity, the power of social media, and finding strength in vulnerability. But what happens when that vulnerability is shattered, when silence becomes a prison? Next week, another icon emerges from the shadows to tell a story that echoes our theme, but strikes at the heart of resilience and trauma. Who is she? What secrets lie behind her carefully constructed image? And how did she find her voice in a world that silenced her? Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code, or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Fame Formula. 7 days, 7 brilliant tactics. Learn the mindset to go from invisible to influential using the dark arts of fame engineering. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/PCI. Thanks for watching.